Look at this little thing parked right next to my car. It's a little Fiat. Pretty dope. Parked right next to my van. Everybody say, what's up, van? Alright, y'all. No taxes on tips. Let's talk about it. But first, what is going on, y'all? It's your boy Blue Collar Progressive. I'm hanging out here. I just got off work, firing up my car, about to drive on home. Just wanted to check in real quick with you guys. I'm gonna let my baby warm up for a second here and have a little chat with you guys because, oh boy, do I have some things to say about this new policy, this new no tax on tips policy. So, this is the conversation of the day going on Twitter. So I wake up early this morning for work, Saturday, never a Saturday off. You know how it is being blue collar, how it is actually having a job out here. Gotta work every day. Bills don't pay themselves. Going on the weekends, no days off sometimes, you know. Shouts out to anybody in a similar position, you know, out here grinding. Holidays are tough, man. But anyways, I'm waking up, having my coffee, scrolling through Twitter. Conversation of the day appears to be revolving in almost entirely around the no taxes on tips policy. I'm not sure what happened, if maybe they just drew something up and released it, or what really why it's today's conversation per se. But nonetheless, that's what we're talking about today. So the first thing that I heard about it was this stupid video of Trump talking about this at one of his rallies, you know, one of his, I'm already the president, but still doing rallies. So he actually had the nerve to bring up some poor bartender who came up and cried and said how much this is going to change her, how much this new policy is going to change her life, and blah, blah, blah. Super sad. She goes up and cries for him. And at some point during the video, they mentioned that it's no taxes on cash tips. And all of a sudden my alert is going off, bing, bing, bing in my head. I used to be a service worker, right? So before I got into the blue collar industry and started dabbling in different trades, I was actually a service worker because I was in college, and I was working at Jimmy John's at the time, and I was getting tips. And so I actually know a little bit about this, right? So anybody that's in the industry, us industry folks, know the thing about cash tips is that nobody reports them. You never report them. You never ever report your cash tips at the end of the day. My manager would tell me not to report the cash tips. They said you can, but you're just gonna end up paying taxes on it, and no one will know at the end of the day if you didn't, or how much it is. So don't do it. So this is my manager, you know, telling me to do this. I don't think that they would be telling you to, you know, commit tax fraud or anything like that. It's a very common practice in among service workers, right? So anyways, I hear this bullcrap about no taxes on tips, but with the provision, with the little asterisks, that it's no cash on cash tips only. Right, so then I'm scrolling through and I read the same thing, and I'm like, okay, I need to like read this for myself though, right? I need to do some actual research and like maybe read this bill itself. So I hop on to ChatGPT and I ask it to give me a rundown of the new bill. And that gave me kind of a good loose idea of what was going on, but I still had some unanswered questions, some things that I think it was just kind of filling in the blanks on its own and not really like, you know, giving me the real info. So now I've done my Twitter investigation. Nobody's really helping me out on Twitter to figure out this law much. Everybody's just complaining about it or you know, blowing Trump for it. Those are the two camps, right? So, and anyways, I went on discover a little bit more about it myself. Now I'm on the ChatGPT. Now I find myself still confused, so I'm like, okay, I got to go straight to get this info from the horse's mouth. So I go to the White House website, and I read it straight from like congress.gov or whatever. And it says right there in the bill, very explicitly, that this is only on cash tips, essentially. So, again, what we're looking at here is what I like to call a Trojan horse policy, all right? So they're using you, they're getting you all hyped up about it. Oh, yay, no taxes on tips. I'm gonna be able to, save so much money, and oh, it's just gonna be so great for me. These credit card tips really are killing me, the taxes on my tips are really killing me. But the only time you get taxed on the tips are when it's through a credit card. So this bill is a total Trojan horse. It's getting everybody, and he used it, some fake populism. He used the fake populism on the campaign trail to get young people, young service workers that don't know better to jump on the Trump train, even though this was how the bill was ended up getting written anyways. And it could have been worse. There was a lot of fear in the early days that it was going to be even worse, and that it was going to be written in such a way that really, really rich people, billionaires, whatever, CEOs, owners, anybody, really rich people would be able to write their salaries potentially off as a tip, and dodge a salary tax on via that channel. So it's not as bad as it could have been. I also read that there's a cap at like $150,000 or something like that. If you make more than $150,000, you are not allowed to. You're not allowed to take the deduction, or I think it's a deduction, right? So it's like it's not even that you're not getting taxed on it. You do get taxed on it, and then later on you're able to deduct it and it comes out. Which also, as you know, keeping track of all of those tax tips is not going to be easy. Keeping track of that for the end of the year, you're going to need to have all of that paperwork, and you're not going to be able to keep track of it. I'm not going to say you're not going to be able to, but it certainly is a lot more. It makes your taxes a lot more complicated, especially if you're just a service worker. Usually taxes are a breeze. Becomes a lot harder. I tried to do it one time where I wrote off things that I was buying for my job as a service worker, working for this Jimmy John's place, and it ended up being just a total headache. I saved up my receipts for the whole year. I ended up buying more stuff than I even wanted because I thought I was going to be writing it off. And then I had to go into H&R Block. I paid a worker at H&R Block to go through my taxes, even though it was super, super straightforward and simple. She ended up telling me that, I couldn't I wasn't able to do what I wanted to anyhow. And so it was a big old fat waste of time. So I see the same thing in the future for people who try to do this and take advantage of this tax deduction. So, anyways, again, the point is that credit card tips are the ones that really are the killers for service industry people. It's not cash tips. Nobody reports cash tips. So nobody's even reporting those. Nobody's getting taxed on those anyways. So, big old round of applause for Trump. And this makes me think, why not? Why not actually do, what's wrong with these people? Why not actually do something for somebody? You came right to the edge of doing something for service workers, and you wrote the policy in a way that people aren't even going to be able to take advantage of it. It's not even going to be beneficial for them. So, I don't understand what's wrong with them. Why not? It's very, very strange. Why not? You guys went right up to the edge and you flopped. You total flopped. Bamboozled. Absolutely bamboozled. So anyways, I just heard my engine flip over and settle down, I should say. It's all warmed up, so I'm gonna get going here. But while I'm going, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to finish things up. I'm going to come back later on when I'm at my house, and I'm going to go over some tweets because I want to kind of go over some of the conversation that's being had, because it's pretty much universally, unless you're a Trump sycophant, it's pretty much universally hated. by everybody in the comments on Twitter. So I want to go over a couple of those things because I think they made there's some good points on there. But as a little aside while I'm getting home, I want to tell you guys a little story time about this dumb girl that was working at my girlfriend's bar about a year ago, and she was talking about, no taxes on tips. And she was like, said it in this way, she said it in the way like, oh, can't wait for no taxes on tips. And I remember telling her, and it's strange when you feel like, when you realize all of a sudden that, you're having to explain something to somebody that, I don't know, it's always very, very strange when you find out that somebody's kind of a Trump person. So anyways, I explained to her, I was like, this thing about cash tips is going to be the problem. It's not, if it's written in the way that it's only for cash tips, it will not materially benefit anybody. I was also talking about how corrupt it was going to be, and essentially how it was going to be another example of this Trojan horse thing that I've been talking about is this war in Venezuela, right? They talk about, it's about fentanyl, it's about getting the junkies from killing themselves, and they're killing hundreds of thousands of Americans a year. But what is it really about? It's about oil. Same thing happened in 9/11. I was thinking about a couple of in 9/11 with the Patriot Act, right? So they used this, we're going to go and fight terrorists, and in order to do that, we need to be able to surveil everybody, and boom, now we've got the Patriot Act, and, we are not as, our privacy, we don't have as much privacy as we did before the motherfucking Patriot Act, right? So, anywho, that's what I'm saying. So this is like from the streets. There are still workers being bamboozled. This girl was bamboozled, and this is, she's older than me. She's, some young woman, probably 30 years old, and she's completely bamboozled. And I just can't believe that there's still people falling for this crap. No, I can't wait for no tax on tips. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And the fact that I have to explain this to a young lady, it's just infuriating. And I'm so tired of the fake populism. Like, do it. Why are you guys, what the fuck? Like, why would you waste your time actually getting something done? It's amazing. Like, there's all of this stalemate on things that can actually materially benefit people. But then they do this, and it's completely just a signal, and boom, it's fucking happening right away, right? Forgot to mention, it starts 2026, so you're gonna be able to take advantage of it in your taxes when you do your taxes this spring. But also, it expires in 2028, just in case there's no Trump again, just in case there's no Republican in office again. It'll expire, and the Democrats will get the ones that get blamed for whatever, either not voting to extend it or for, whatever they propose in its place, and the problems and the shortcomings of whatever they replace it with, they're gonna get blamed. So isn't that fucking convenient? Trump is, it's so like him. It is so like him to do that. So it's so tiresome. This is like, especially during the holidays right now when we're having a tough time. It's so messed up to signal and purely signal. It's so messed up. People are needing material benefits right now, and not just signals. It's really disgusting. They think we're dumb. They really do. They think we're dumb, and they honestly, I hate to say it, but they're probably right about 30% of America. They're probably right. So, anyways, that's about all I have to say about the subject. You're being bamboozled. Service workers are being 100% bamboozled. Don't be one of them. If you hear somebody talking about, oh yay, and boasting this as an accomplishment of his or something like that, you got to tell them, well, they should know how it works. Just tell them exactly how the law is written, show them this video, and pull up that law, and they will see. They should know. You should know. If you're working as a service worker, you already know that this is bullshit. So keep an eye out. I don't know if I'm actually going to end up putting the tweets in here, because I think I've already said enough. I've already kind of absorbed all of them anyways, and absorbed all the points and spat them back out to you guys. So if I don't end up doing that, go and check it out for yourself. It's all over Twitter right now. And thank you if you've made it this far into the video. I still like a really small creator, you guys know. So any comments, any interaction, likes, it's really, really appreciated. Subscribe if you guys are enjoying my take on things. You know, I really feel like I add a real world element to the conversation here on YouTube that is sometimes not really present. So, you know, I'm actually talking to these bartenders. I know some bartenders being bamboozled by this. You know, I'm also in the blue collar industry, so I've got my finger on the pulse with what's actually going on in these streets in America. And so yeah, I can actually call a lot of this stuff out. And you know, I love my YouTube creators, I love my other progressive creators and stuff, but sometimes they be, you know, needing to, as they say, touch grass, right? Sometimes just their commentary feels very out of touch. So anyways, shouts out to all my other creators, but I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. It's your boy Blue Collar Progressive. I will catch you guys another time. I just got to the grocery store. I'm gonna pick myself up some fried chicken, bucket of fried chicken, because it's Saturday and I deserve it. It's been a long week. I'm about to go and have lunch and have a nice nap. So the best things in life. Hey, thanks again for rocking with me. It's Blue Collar Progressive. Peace.